Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to all present. I start with a tragedy that I have forgotten my reading glasses at home, but I hope they get here by the time I'm done with this speech. I would like to thank... What number is this? Thank you. I'd like to start by thanking Mr. Rizwan Jafar for having given me this opportunity to address the youth and the members of the FVCCI Committee for the Youth and the Standing Committee on Social Media. I would also like to thank the representatives of Rotary here and again Jadid Pakistan initiative bearers. Luckily for me, the subject you have chosen is the transformation and modernization of cities. Now this is right up my entire research and propositions as part of the government when I was in 1999 and subsequently thereafter. There are books here and there are writings here which you can refer to as you hear me out after this speech. The subject is in sync and up the alley of my book and booklet, both available here for distribution by the sponsors and particularly Mr. Rizwan Jafar. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan has masters and servants synonymous with the Domestic Servants Act as inherited by us from the British Raj that remains in place. After the Britishers left in 1947, we are presumed an independent nation state where, like all independent countries, the people are masters and the institutions are servants. This, as is evident, did not happen here, and we got into greater colonial misery because we remained colonized by our own kind. The white man is gone, and his brown proxy has our necks in the noose in continued perpetuity. Let me explain this phenomenon. Our judicial, military, and civil bureaucracy, and with them their chosen parliamentarians comprised of 2.6 million people, and yet again, from within them, the principal policy making and devising leaders are barely a few hundred. This oligaric structure is based on a feudal socio-economic and political canvas which has taken captive 221 million people, comprising you and I. More. This oligaric structure is being paid and upheld by us, the people, through direct and indirect taxes, plus foreign borrowings, so that they can retain our colonized status and in tandem retain our subservience and servitude to alien colonists. The evidence I am giving to you of this heist and deception is very apparent from our current Pak rupee 7.13 trillion budgetary spread, where 82% is being spent on these four institutions: the judiciary, the armed forces, the civil bureaucracy, and the parliament. And 18% on us, the 221 million people, and yet again through these handful bureaucrats. This you and I are masters, and this 2.6 million are servants by legal, social, and ideological definitions. But all forms of legitimized status we are claimants to are brushed away and gagged by draconian laws that make it impossible to even criticize these people who are usurpers of our independence. Whilst you can see more of this plight and dilemma in my book, Current Chronicles, I am here to discuss solutions and show a way forward through two segments of our society, the youth and the business community. And I can gratefully see both adequately represented here, courtesy the sponsors of this event. Due to the paucity of time allocated to me, I will come straight to discussing the situation proposed, and to help, I have asked for a fishbone image to be displayed here on the screen. I don't know if this is possible. Is it possible for you to display this image on the screen? Lady? All right. We will have the booklet available free for distribution, so you can see it there. The basic objective of this structure is to achieve our independence in both social and economic fields and in consonance with our founding ideology. An independence of nation states is the harbinger of prosperity and welfare for the citizens at all, and that is our joint focus and desire, isn't it? This recipe is based on years of research, and I will try and explain to you here the ideological rationale and moorings. Two factors in contemporary history of nation states have ensured welfare, development and independence for the people, and these are economic and social destinations. Now this is fundamental for you to understand that although nation states is against the philosophy of the Ummah, which is our founding ideology, when it comes to the development of nation states, two things are fundamental. Number one, that you must have an economic destination and a roadmap there towards. And the second thing is a social destination and a roadmap there towards again. And in the charted out roadmap, ideally these destinations are ideologically based on philosophical or scientific criteria, and the roadmap is based on political and geopolitical realities on the ground. In the case of Pakistan, the destinations are available in our founding philosophy, and the roadmaps there towards are visible and retrievable from those statistics of our natural and human resources available. The booklets distributed to you amply explain these assertions. In the fishbone structure that you see displayed, or you will see displayed, because it is not here on the screen, you will see displayed in the booklet, which is going to be given to you. The things you subscribe to is the spine of the fish. Here, that is based on 100% urbanizations for economic destination for Pakistan, and land utilization as a centralized federal activity for social destination. This will bury the feudal mindset for good and will in tandem bring about the fiscal autarky without which no nation state can manage to turn the corner. This is the bedrock of my research, and you can find greater elaboration and insight from my interviews present on the internet and writings in the form of published data. I thank you for affording me a patient hearing, and if this platform will permit, I'll be happy to take your questions as and when they arise. But before I leave the stand, let let me request that it is absolutely crucial that we cease addressing myopic issues and we view urbanization as our remedy, for which there are 3,400 pockets of people in Pakistan, covering the entire population of 221 million. And this urbanization will enable us not only to write off our debt of over 100 billion, but will also elevate the standards of life of people that have so far remained and still remain in servitude and in a state of slavery with the feudal oppression and decadent mindset. I thank you for your time.
Ms. Sabah will please receive the souvenir. Ms. Sabah, Enterprise Development Coordinator, UK Aid, is requested to receive the souvenir. Mr. Ahmed Junai, Chief CPL. Colonel Retired Rizwan Ahmed is requested to receive the souvenir. Mr. Khalid Tawab, Business Leader, is requested to receive the souvenir. SM Munir Saab is requested to receive the souvenir.